Okay, so today we're taking a slightly different approach. As you can see, I am wearing normal clothes. The reason for that is I am interviewing with a fashion store, a place that sells fashion clothing to young women and teenage girls. When applying to a place like that, and I actually got this advice from my mom last night, so this is a job hunting tip specifically for applying to fashion stores, places that specifically sell clothing. You want to look like you belong there. Most places want a professional looking person, but at a place that sells clothing, you want to show that you have a fashion sense, because if you're working there and someone needs help, you want to be able to help them to find clothing that goes together. For one thing, helping people to find outfits instead of just a t-shirt makes a bigger sale. Second, a lot of people do go clothes shopping and they look for whole outfits instead of one or two shirts or pants. Specifically the kind of people that go into these sort of stores. So I am dressed fashionably today. I am wearing some pants that I used to wear to the office when I used to work at my stepfather's company. And I am wearing a shirt a shirt set that my mom helped me pick out. It's actually two shirts, but my mom helped me to pick this out, as well as the lady who worked at the store. It wasn't Buckle, but it was another store. And that's part of the reason why I'm wearing this, is because this shirt is an up-to-date fashion. You see it, if you watch TV, you can see it a lot on TV where people wear layers. And that is a way of fashion. So I decided to wear this because, one, it's fashionable. Two, it's up to date. It's most recent. It's not something that I got a few years ago, like the pants, but the pants still work. I really like the pants. They've got a lacing on the back. Hello. And I am wearing normal shoes today too. They are girly, but they're not something that I would usually wear job hunting or to a regular interview. But they are nice. I can't really show you because my pants sort of cover them, but I can show you guys when I get to the bus stop. That was actually really interesting this morning. I woke up early, couldn't get back to sleep. I kept thinking about my job interview today, so I got up, put this outfit together, dug my shoes out of my closet, put my closet back together, because whenever I look in my closet for something, I always wind up tearing it up, so I have to put it back together. And I had enough time to leave earlier than I was expecting to. So what I'm going to do is, since the internet is still not back up, they were supposed to have that up and they never got it back up, and I do have time before my interview, I'm going to go to the library and check my messages for an hour and then head back to Jefferson for my interview. And because I have another interview after this one, not right after, but later on after, I'm going to come home after my interview, get changed, and since I won't have time to go out again for before the job interview at Pizza Hut, I'm going to sit at the Aboit Library, keep cool, and that way I only have to walk a little bit to Pizza Hut and not be out in the sun so much, so I won't be all hot and sticky and sweaty by the time I get there. So I can be presentable for both interviews. Although it is quite cool out today. You never know, that might not last. But if it seems like I'm just goofing off because I have two interviews, it's not that. If I would still have to come home and get changed, because this is not an outfit that I would wear to Pizza Hut for an interview. And by the time I get home get changed, and make it to the bus stop, I'd only have enough time to make it to the bus terminal, and then I'd have to come back for my interview. Because I would have to come back by 4, even though my interview is at 5, because the bus won't get there directly at 4. It'll get there at 4:10. So, well, at 5:10. It won't get there at 5. It'll get there at 5:10. Which is why I would have to be back early anyway, so that I would be able to be on time. That's another thing. You don't want to be late to an interview. Yes, that is a second job tip, but I haven't done job tips in a while. And that is something that I should have said already. You don't want to be late. It's best to be 10 minutes early, because that shows that you are interested. That also shows that you're going to be reliable. They're not going to want someone who's going to be late every single day. They want someone who's on time, a little bit early if they can be, because if you're early, that means that you can do a few things beforehand, or, for example, if you need to go to the restroom before work, you can do that. Or if your boss maybe says that you need to put your hair up, like if you're working at a restaurant, which I would have to do, or used to have to do. You've got time to do that if you're maybe walking and you don't want your hair to get messed up by the time you get there. I wouldn't recommend that, though. What I used to do when I worked at a restaurant right over here on Coventry was I would go to the library an hour before work, and I would put my hair up there. If you can maybe go to a place next door, but you don't want your employers to think that you're unresponsible right off the bat, because that's not going to last either. But being early is something that responsible people do. That's something that my dad taught me a long time ago. If you can't be on time, be early. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking, because before I know it, it's going to be 15 minutes. And I don't want to take up all the time. Okay, turning it off. And back on, but just so you guys can see my shoes. I really like them. They're a bit older, but they're still really cute. And voila! I am now wearing clothes suitable for the average job interview. And I have just gotten out of my interview at Pizza Hut. It seemed to go really well. There was almost an issue. They couldn't find my my application right away, but he managed to find it, which is good. So I didn't have to fill out another one. And I think I've had to do that in the past too. But it seemed to go really well, as did the one at Buckle. They're interviewing a lot of people at Pizza Hut. I just happened to be the first one. But they're also hiring a couple of different positions. And as far as Buckle goes, they're going to let me know definitely in about 48 hours. Or within 48 hours of my interview. So we'll see. We'll see how that one goes. We'll know in 2 days. If I don't hear back from him in 2 days, I'm going to go in and check on it. Haven't heard back from BW3 yet, but they said within the week, and it's only Tuesday, so I'm not too worried yet. Watch for cars. But still haven't heard back from them yet. So now we're just waiting for me to cross the street. No. Now we're just waiting for them to call me back. Hopefully one of them does. And Pizza Hut will also have me take a second interview, because I've interviewed with them before, so I know how their interview process works. And hopefully one of those goes through. I need the money. Yeah. I'm really excited. I really hope this week turns out as well as it has been already. I hope the rest of this week is as good as it's been, because this has been a really good week so far, and it's only Tuesday, other than the internet failing. But when I was there earlier, I looked, and it looked like the box was lighting up properly, so hopefully the internet will be on when I get home. If not, I'm going back to the library after dinner. Well, I guess I will end it now, since that's about all that's interesting right now. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and see you in the next one.